And good morning, Ozarks. Welcome to the Morning Waffle this fabulous Tuesday morning. It's just me and the Bobsey twins today, so we'll be back right after this.
That's funny. Comment's awesome.
Here we are.
Good morning, Beth. And yes, you can cook your waffles on the sidewalk today.
You want to hear a fun fact?
Fun fact.
The air conditioner's out in the studio.
We're boiling.
And coincidentally, my law office today.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
76 degrees up in her.
Up in her. This
yeah.
room feels much cooler than the front room.
Yeah, well, the front room's got the big
windows
on
the
it.
windows. They'll get you every time.
Yeah,
I will not be here for the afternoon show.
You know what? Me neither.
Oh,
In
man.
fact, I'm leaving here today, and I may not be back. Today. Gonna come back tomorrow.
Somebody's like, did you guys hear that Will's quitting?
Yeah.
Whatever
I
you're
know.
quitting yourself, right? Since you employ yourself.
Stop the rumors.
Stop the rumors, stop the madness. Jared and I accidentally are matching each other this morning with pastel-y colors.
So cute.
So-
Brother and sister.
It's really special
Yes.
It is special. It's
and unusual.
and very unusual. Because usually we're not in colorful light colors, but
Usually black for me.
Whatever.
Or gray.
Hear that, brother?
And here we are.
here we are.
Preach and
Pastel.
choir.
Easter
it up.
eggy. It's crazy.
Merry
I have-
Eastermas.
I have one piece of red clothing.
One beat. What is it?
It's a Harrison Butker jersey.
There you go.
There you go.
Well done.
So that's a new purchase?
Mhm.
Okay.
Highly
good.
controversial.
My wife and I both have one.
I like it.
So, yeah, good deal.
Will being controversial? What?
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy talk.
I think I have a bad rap. I don't really that controversial.
No, you don't have a bad rap. You're just not afraid to, voice your opinion.
I don't think I'm that controversial. I mean, compared to other,
No, you're not that You're just more not afraid to voice your opinion.
I guess that's right.
A lot of people, and myself included, have become very hesitant to put their opinion out on, especially the Facebook.
Yeah, I'm torn because there's the idea is just get along. But I think that, to be honest, as called as a Christian, I'm compelled to speak out on certain topics.
Yeah.
And I'm compelled to accept the blowback for that graciously, which I try to do.
Well, that's the deal, right? If
Yeah.
you're going to speak it, you got to. I think the thing that frustrates me about putting an opinion out there on Facebook specifically is one. It's amazing how far off base some people read your opinion.
Yeah, they just get it wrong.
And then you try to explain that, and then they don't deviate from their original misunderstanding. It's
Yes.
weird.
Oh, hey, I think I'm gonna do a reel on this. I'll just film it right now. That'd be very meta, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would
Film
be
the
very
reel
meta.
while I'm doing the live show.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to do that because I have to figure it out right now. But here's the thing. I want to give everybody a little tip in this political season on Facebook and social media.
Okay.
You need to understand how the algorithm works.
Okay.
And so if somebody posts something on Facebook that you don't like,
Yes.
you disagree with, the best thing you can do is nothing. Because if you react to it, then the Facebook algorithm notes that as this is an engaging post that people will react to.
Oh.
So the lowest score, like if you just hit a thumbs up, it may be, I don't know, algorithms say like that's maybe 1 point.
Yeah.
But if you hit that angry look button, that might be like 5 points.
So it's going to instantly provide it to more people.
Yes, and then if you comment on it, of all
Boom.
things, then it really, this is an engaging post. It's so engaging that people will comment on it. And so what you're actually doing, even though you're arguing and you're saying I don't like this,
is sharing
you're actually
their
giving that post more reach to more people.
Yes.
So thank you for all my haters that that say nasty things about me on my posts. You're helping me get my message out.
That
So
says
we
if you're
appreciate
retired,
everything.
you can offend all you want. Chalk it up to my mind isn't right. That's funny.
I'm not sure if she's talking about her mind or my mind.
Oh, man.
That's my
Well, I don't
mind.
think you're retired yet.
No,
so you're
I
good.
I am. I've retired like twice, and this is what retired looks like.
Oh, JR, you're one that, you will throw a comment out there on Facebook, and often it's misunderstood. You've had had this happen before.
Many times. I've
Many
had to
times.
clarify a lot of comments on Facebook across many pages, posts, if you will, from Texas County to Greene County and beyond. But, I try to be polite always.
Yeah.
I want to keep selling real estate and,
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not too controversial. At the end of the day, I have some pretty strong values and beliefs, and I like representing my clients and making them happy and doing a good job, and
Yeah.
I can keep a lot of my
And we do too.
stuff private.
Yeah.
My theory is if somebody doesn't want to do business with me, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I'll do business with anybody.
Yeah.
I will. You can be my client. You don't have to agree with anything with me. That's fine. We'll take good care of you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not going to turn any. But I'm not baking cakes either. I understand the guy that did that. But we can do whatever. But what I really like about Facebook is getting woman-splained too. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay, what do
Well,
you mean?
It's mansplaining, but women do it too.
Oh, yeah, they do
So,
100%. Yeah.
it's just like-
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, but I like to post. I missed it this year. But one of my
Okay.
favorite posts to make is on the Friday or Sunday, like this Friday or this Sunday, a post that I have that is, it says, hey, free chicken sandwiches all day long, Father's Day from Chick-fil-A. Of course, Father's Day is always on a Sunday.
On a Sunday,
and
yes.
Chick-fil-A is always closed on Sunday. It's a joke.
It's a he.
Every single year, 5, 6, almost always women, it's closed on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen.
We know,
a joke
Karen.
here.
We know.
You are so wrong with
Catch
this
the
post.
joke. No, you're so wrong. I'm sorry. It's a
Oh,
joke.
it's good times.
Catch up.
And it's hard because it's like people don't. And even myself, I'll read somebody's post and end up probably taking it wrong because it's hard, right? Because you're reading it in your brain and it's their comment.
Yeah.
This is again why
It's like
face to
reading a
face
book
or at
and
least
imagining the characters.
voice communication's better.
So we had a tornado go through Houston, Missouri.
Tornado.
And one of the posts from Texas County was Phil Dowden, who's got kids in the district. It was his dad's place. And it was a really cool picture.
It was really cool.
A rainbow, a tornado, a flatbed truck, and a geo-tracker all together in one picture in Texas County.
Tell me about that geo tracker.
And-
I need more details.
And I put a post on there like, everything's bigger in Texas County. Well, I thought that was an epic picture from
Yeah.
my home county. And, somebody posted, that's not Texas, that's Houston, Missouri. And I'm like, it's in
Dude.
Texas County.
Dude,
Okay.
read it again.
So, and then she put next post. Oh, I learned something today. So, it's just stuff like that.
Silly stuff.
JR.
You got to read the stuff.
Read it.
Just read it
Read
and
it.
think about it before you just immediately react.
Well, the one that we've talked about a lot, Lauren, is the one where you post, like I'll post a picture of the really good meal I'm having at this restaurant, and I will tag the restaurant
Yes.
and mark that I'm at this restaurant.
Yes.
And you click their page, and people go, where's that at?
Where are you eating that at?
Where is that? I'm like, it's right.
Okay, this is my public service announcement for that specific instance. All right, and no, this isn't going to be relevant to anybody listening, but I'm still putting it out
You're
there.
all very astute
Very
individuals
savvy.
because you're watching the show.
Absolutely. So if this is one of my biggest pet peeves, running a now very large, we've got almost 10,000 members on the Rogersville Residence page.
Wow.
If someone comments and tags a business and says, "Oh, I had a great dinner at, let's say, Divine Deli,"
Sure.
and they've tagged it, all you have to do to find out the location is click on the bold business, the bold wording. It
Yes.
takes you to the business page. You hit about, there's their address. Okay, so a lot of people tag a business and someone goes and says, "Where is this? What are your hours?" Okay, and so here's a new level to this. Click on the business. Here's a new level to this. People will comment. You've got to include all of your address, hours of operation, and like menu, and their birthright of your first child on every single post, or no one will know who you are. And people comment this. You've got to. You have to. You've got to make sure to include your hours on every single post. And it's like, that's why they have a Facebook page.
Click the link.
Click the link.
Click the link. It's
There
right
should be
there.
a tutorial. There should be a tutorial.
Maybe we should make one.
When you join, well, I guess at this point, people have joined Facebook years ago.
Yep.
Directing people, good morning, Emma, how you utilize Facebook, because people don't know.
People don't know.
They don't know. It's crazy. It drives me bananas.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It is.
And then, but to the credit of some folks, as soon as you figure it out, sometimes Facebook just changes it,
Yes, they do change it.
So you got to...
Well, and I've got a weird glitch on my Facebook going on right now where if you hit the about, and then that tells you like if they're open or closed, and then you're supposed to be able to click on that spot, and then it'll drop their whole hours. Mine won't click open up.
Oh, well,
It's an issue with the thing.
that's no...
Well, and essentially, my observation is like no one under 30 is even on Facebook.
That seems to be true.
It's almost like a 55-plus housing.
It's get that way. So, and
That's interesting.
It's
an interesting development.
I am somewhat addicted to Facebook. It's
I totally
huge
am.
part of our business. We do transactions.
Yeah, we have to
via
be on
Facebook.
it. Yeah, we have to be on
And
it.
I have a lot of clients. They're in my phone, but they're messaging me
Yeah.
On Facebook, yeah.
Messenger. So
Yeah.
it's just part of my life for now. Speaking of retirement, I tell Lauren I want to retire often.
Yes. And I'm like, what are you going to do?
I want to throw 417-350-8333 in a lake. And but for now, I'm available.
Interesting marketing technique.
Probably at least.
That is
Give you my
interesting.
phone number, but tell you not to call me.
In 20
Kinda
years,
reminds me of
in
me.
20 years, I'm going to throw that number in the lake.
Sounds like a filthy realtor.
Yeah. Oh, there's some of those. Good stuff. Oh, Emma says good morning to Beth. I like that. Our guest.
I'm talking to you.
Hello, Emma.
I love
We'll
it.
just wait. You guys finish your conversation.
Oh, that's
That
awesome.
is good. I like that.
Let's see. I had a topic I just wanted to bring up, and I totally forgot. I got distracted. Oh, speaking of being addicted to things, we're talking about Facebook. I am on the struggle bus right now. I'm trying to break a probably 10-year-long chapstick addiction.
Is that right?
Have you heard of this? You become addicted to lip gloss and chapstick.
I
Did you know that?
I knew that you
Okay.
could get addicted to nasal spray.
You can, but I mean, you're not like actually, well, I don't know. So if you get used to using chapstick, lipstick, lip glosses, whatever, you gradually get so used to using them, you can't stop without being very uncomfortable. And I'm in the middle of this, and it's rough. I don't know what to do. So any chapstick addicts out there, if you have a group, a meeting, Chapsticks Anonymous,
Yep.
let me know.
Get some tips.
Some tips on how to break the cycle. Big
Get the
chapstick.
monkey off your back.
Yeah.
Listen, I want this show to get 1,000 views, and we're not going to get there talking about chapstick.
Chapstick?
So,
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
300 last week. We need
Listen,
something more
Here's the
provocative.
thing. We know how to get 1,000 views. We're just not willing to do it.
Yeah, that is true. Absolutely, on so many levels. So many levels. We'll just keep it clean, chapsticky.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of chapstick addicts out there. Maybe I finally hit the chord.
Trick.
They'll be like, I feel what Lauren's saying.
Where's
It's hard.
our Pert Plus fans?
Where is our Pert Plus fans?
We have Pert Plus. We need more of our Pert Plus fans.
What's funny is when I look this direction, I see Ronald Reagan, and but that's your younger son.
Yeah, that's Jack.
Jack, yeah. At first glance, I was like, Peter, no, it's Jack. It's Ronald Reagan and Jack looking at me.
Yep.
Fill me in on Pert and why not jojoba?
Jojoba.
I think I've heard jojoba, but I don't really know anything.
What is the origin of the Pert story? Somehow we got to talking about Pert Plus and it being a sponsor of the show, even though it's not.
It's not.
It's
I
100.
think we were talking about like locker rooms in middle school and that
Brand, yeah,
had-
like brands that
you had Pert
existed.
Plus.
Perfect.
And I think somebody was like, hadn't heard Chris. I know. Well, surely Chris knows.
Chris
every
had heard of Pert.
hair product ever made.
Somebody hadn't heard of Pert.
But anyway, then we talked about Pert Plus, and then Emma, I think.
Emma found some. I didn't even know it existed anymore.
Because I think we questioned whether or not it was still in existence.
Yes.
Because it was like that's what in the '80s everybody had Pert Plus. That was like the
It was the gold standard of
Well, it was the
Walmart.
Gold standard.
Gold
Walmart.
standard
Yeah,
of
there you go.
Walmart.
Bingo.
And I'm not saying Supercenter, Walmart.
Hey, John Schaefer.
Aerosol right guard was a staple
Yeah.
of the Houston high school locker room. I
Yeah.
mean, you didn't even have to bring right guard.
It was
just
you
there.
went through
A
Texas
cloud.
County fog, on the way.
Interesting
to middle
of
school.
the
That
right
was
guard.
Any middle school.
Remember the
everybody had
Axe-
I think it was
can.
sport was the smell.
That sounds right. Remember the Axe body spray?
Little after
We'll
my
call that
time.
pandemic. Yeah, that would have been after you. That was 2000 to 2010, maybe.
sure.
Where, I mean, just clouds of Axe body spray everywhere you went.
Permeated the halls of
Yeah.
the middle schools.
It was pungent. And there was different flavors and, it was something.
One of my favorite stories last couple years at our house and raising two wild heathen kids. I'm walking through my house. I smell a strong body spray odor permeating from my daughter's bedroom.
Uh-oh.
I go in there. For some reason, Nolan is hosing down a cardboard box with body spray. I mean, just in there like he's spray painting.
Get it, man.
And I'm like, what is going on? Why would you do that?
So I've got a question on my feed over. John Schaefer's says, remember 24-hour Walmarts?
Oh, yes.
Here's how there it is. So here's how out of the loop I am.
Yeah.
Do we not have those anymore?
It ended during COVID, and there's a
they never
there's a
came back?
discussion of them coming back. I saw a post about that. That's where you definitely could get Axe. Okay, so why is Nolan sitting down cardboard?
Well, to finish the story and where it gets kind of funny, don't think much of this. I'm like, I need to clear my house out. We have an attic fan, late 60s built house.
Yeah.
I throw on the attic fan, open the doors,
Nice job.
we're good. Well, he had sprayed so much, it had gone through the attic,
Oh no.
out the ridge vents of the house, and the whole general area around our house smelled like Bath and Body Works, like rhinestone or sandstone.
Whatever it
You
was.
lived over in Patriot Place?
No, this
Oh.
is on our place now.
The-
on Farm Road 170.
Farm Road 170
And-
HOA.
and I just was giggling outside.
Just
I
leave
thought
the
it,
world better than you found it.
I thought it was so.
Somebody's like driving through Farm Road 170, and they're like,
This place smells
interesting.
They smell
Is that?
That's a Raisin Kids story. That
Oh,
I won't
is that
forget.
cedar? What is that smell?
Thanks, John.
Did you
Rich
ever?
sandalwood.
Did you ever get to the origin of why he was spraying it?
No clue.
Didn't investigate it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things Nolan does that are just kind of things he does.
That sounds familiar.
Not a lot of deep thought.
JR as an older brother, yeah,
Tree.
yeah. Our mom can tell stories.
I've done some terrible things.
Who hasn't?
Just idiotic, and I still do. I mean, I'm kind of here, and then the top level intelligent people are here.
Whatever. Oh man, that's hilarious.
I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Just put it there.
That's how we learn.
This is how we learn. We've all done stupid stuff. Those kids.
for sure.
There's some epic stories out
Adults.
there. Yeah, I still occasionally just like, why did I do that? That was
That was
stupid.
a really bad idea.
That was dumb.
Oh. Thinking.
Good times. Good times. That's funny. So Nolan completely inadvertently crop dusted the whole 170 corridor. I like it. I like it.
Place is smelling good. It's
Kind of-
about 3 years ago now. He's probably 4 or 5.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Good times.
Little guy's hitting dingers now, though.
That's very
I gotta
exciting.
brag on my son. Springfield Little League is a fantastic organization. We've been involved in the last couple years, and Nolan's playing, and they used the really cool minor league teams. Like in the fall, we were the Nashville Hutchesons. Here in the
Good name.
spring, we're the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Which, tell the world what a sod poodle is. Who doesn't
I didn't know what a sod poodle
Yeah.
was, but it's a prairie dog.
Oh,
Makes
And-
It
sense.
doesn't sound as epic.
And I'm sure the way, sod poodles came about, there were guys drinking beer
Probably.
and they were hunting prairie dogs.
Yes.
And he probably dropped a prairie dog and
Called it a sod poodle.
had a drink and said, "There goes another sod poodle."
That's a sod poodle.
And all the guys were like, "Wah!"
Yeah.
And hence the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Amarillo.
Minor league team.
Yep.
Beth did make a good point with the fragrant fogging of 170. Probably no mosquitoes.
We need something.
Might have cut it down.
The bugs have been terrible this year. That's
They
a
have
whole
been.
other
If only
thing.
cicadas ate mosquitoes.
I finally saw my first cicada.
Did you know?
Yeah, the whatever year cicadas we are. Yes, in Texas County. Speaking of the mothership, and our mothership anyway. And because in Rogersville proper, we've not had this cicada
I
issue.
haven't seen any.
I haven't seen any. I haven't really heard any. I haven't even seen the normal cicadas yet, but I did see them. I saw one down in Texas
I
County.
have my baby fruit trees bagged.
Yeah.
So I got insect bags on them so that if they show up, they can't eat the leaves.
It's very interesting to me how obviously they were in more wooded areas is my what I've seen based off of it. But I could be wrong. If anybody out there is having the cicada issues, let us know.
Yeah, we're
Well, no
inquiring.
joke. We're running into brown recluse season.
There's a season?
I see the most in August at my
Interesting.
house. It gets hot and they look for water. And this morning, Emily summons me, and there was a brown recluse in the shower.
They do
And
go to showers and sinks for sure.
It's kind of fun now because I've got one of those bug assaults.
Those are
Yes,
fun.
brother, those are the
And-
best.
So grabbed it off the top of the refrigerator, pumped it, and it works good. You don't have to get danger close to the brown recluses.
Danger close.
And it was this bad.
Yeah, you got bit by a brown recluse, so they're not your
I
favorite
absolutely got bit by a brown recluse right as we bought our place about 3 years ago. It's not a fun experience. I was kind of fortunate. I got steroids and a shot in me, and I just have a little dimple left behind in my calf.
A friendly
because
dimple.
It literally rots out the area
Yeah.
that you were bitten.
Emma says the invasion was south of the river.
Okay. Oppression in their assault and war music. Yes. So Emma was tortured by the cicadas. So oppressive in their assault and war music. I like war music. That's something I'm going to use again. That's hilarious.
When we were home, in between Houston licking at our place, this was about a month ago, we mowed, and there was a steady
Sound.
cicada noise going through the woods. It was eerie.
That is well. The day that I visited Kendall's store, which is out in Emma's neck of the woods, you could hear them out in the woods that day too. I just think it's so interesting that they were in the wooded areas, but not in the towns. Is what I saw. I don't know.
Okay,
It's very interesting.
Pert, cicadas,
per plus.
Axe body spray,
right guard,
bright card,
things we talk about in Rogers.
the product
How does
rundown.
this show not go viral?
I have
How
no
would it not
idea.
I think we're going to get 500 views out of this one.
This one's gonna be big. This one's gonna be big.
Really big show.
It's gonna be a really big deal.
Oh man, how did the purple dinosaur shirt? I saw you were posting.
We sold several Purple Dinosaur shirts at the Bandit 5K. It went good. Heartland did a good job running it. That reminds me, I need to message Keaton. I have a question I need to ask him. But it was good. About 70 runners out there, and it was a good night.
How
Good
many
weather.
shirts you got left?
I have plenty. Well, not plenty. I've got, a couple of smalls. I've got a lot of extra larges left. And I've got one of every small through extra large right now. available at the office. For anybody who wants one, they're $10 and they're super comfortable, which is like $5 cheaper than they were last year because it's like time to get them out of my office.
I still have that box of T-shirts that I showed you like a month ago. I haven't figured out how to.
I wore one of those yesterday
Yep.
while fishing. Oh, speaking of that.
Speaking of fishing,
Speaking of a neat little place not very far from here, it's not really that little. The girls have decided they like fishing. Of course, turns out they like fishing in nice weather versus hotter weather like
Really?
we're in right now.
Really?
Yeah.
fascinating.
They fished for 3 hours the first time with Jesse, and yesterday they were hot after about 30 minutes. But Fisherman's Paradise, it's a highway, it says it's Seymour, but it's really Diggins, and it's off Highway O, I think. And it's this RV park in Pay Lake where you just go pay. For adults, it's $10, and kids are free, is my understanding. I don't know what age that stops at. And you just go fish at these ponds. It's awesome. And it's right here in Webster County.
there you go.
And it's an incredible place to go take your kids and fish.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are looking for places to fish.
All people are always looking for
I
places
get
to fish.
asked if there's a fishing pond available. Do I have one in my back pocket? At least once a quarter, and I just don't. I completely took for granted
Now you do.
You do now.
having a fishing pond in our back.
I totally
field
did
growing
too.
up.
I didn't. We grew up with this big pond.
I had no idea
we
how
do
good
too.
I
We've
had.
got ponds on our
So you just go fish. Anytime you wanted to fish, you go fish. Well, it's one of those things that you don't think about when you don't have a pond.
What? You
It's
don't have a pond?
kind of hard to go just fish casually, right?
Yeah.
It is. So
It's like a whole thing.
Fisherman's Paradise, and I think so. It's a kind of an honor system, but the guy monitors it because, like, we paid. You pulled in. You can find this on Google Maps. We pulled in. There's like a list of rules when you get down to the spot you pay, and it's got the drop box, and you get a little ticket for your car. But it's catch and release, right? Like most pay lakes, you're not going to take your stuff. Well, I guess I don't know. That's been my experience with pay lakes. And it's mowed all around these ponds, and there's a bunch of different ones, and we had a great time. And we all caught a fish,
Excellent.
so that's successful. There were largemouth and crappie caught, and so yeah, it's a good time. And apparently there's some whopper catfish out there.
Is that right?
That's what I hear.
Good to know.
It was fun. I enjoyed it very much.
You know,
So-
I think this was a movie I was watching or something, and they were talking. This guy and this gal were on a date, like first date, and they were talking. Like he's got a steak, and she's like, "Oh, I don't eat meat." He's like, "Oh, you're vegetarian?" She says, "Well, no, I eat fish, so I'm a pescatarian." So that's a thing.
Okay, yeah, I've
That's
heard
the
of
thing.
that.
You can only fish, and he said, "Well, why don't you eat meat?" She's like, "Well, I don't, I don't like hurting the animals." She's like, well, "What about the fish?" She's like, "Fish don't feel pain." And I think the response was, "Well, isn't it interesting that the only animal that you want to eat is the only one on Earth that
That
apparently
doesn't
magically doesn't feel pain?"
They seem to have some reactions,
Yeah, well, I would-
like they flop around.
I would think it would at least be extremely uncomfortable to have a hook through your lip.
Your lip, yeah. I don't
That's what
know.
we do.
But fish will eat you, and you feel pain.
That's a good point.
They need to die.
The fish will eat you. That's
Yeah.
what's been happening on the Gulf Coast. They've been
That
biting
make
people.
much sense. So,
What kind of fish?
Sharks.
Sharks?
They've
Oh.
had sharks on
Have they
the.
have shark bites?
They had 3 shark attacks in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, the Gulf side of Florida.
Well, okay,
Yep.
good, because I'm going to St. Augustine, and that's on the Pacific. That's on the Atlantic side.
I think they got sharks there too, but I don't know.
I'm
I
just
don't
going Thursday.
I just don't understand the worldwide news on shark attacks when feral dogs are causing just as much problem.
Every day versus once in
I
a
just
blue moon.
I just don't understand.
Well,
it.
it's because of the big feral dog lobby dominating the
Big
global
feral
media.
dog.
It's the feral dog
They're in
lobby.
cahoots with Big
I mean,
Chapstick.
that's just an example I just pulled out of the air.
No,
but,
that is a good
I
point.
mean, we've had that effect even some of us folks here locally.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the shark attacks kind of like people. We have GFCIs in the real estate trade on outlets in a house.
Yeah.
I looked it up one time, and only like 8 people a year die from getting shocked from an outlet in a house, like in the world. I mean, it's a minuscule number.
Yeah.
The shark attack stuff is headline and it's just story worthy.
It's because
I
of Jaws.
guess.
People
Yeah, I was
like
going to
it.
say it's sensational. I mean,
It's an exciting topic.
it's
don't get
a common terror that
Yeah.
a shark will bite me while I'm swimming. There's something I think especially kind of scary about being in the water and you can't see what's
Oh, I 100%
around
agree
you.
with that. Yeah.
So at any given point, as you're in a lake or ocean, you could be in imminent life-threatening danger and never know.
and you just don't know.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps.
I do
Get
agree,
over
though.
your
The
fear.
shark thing is kind of crazy because I think everybody pretty well knows that they're swimming with sharks in the ocean, and yet anytime somebody gets bit, it's national news. It's a big deal. Everybody shares the Facebook post, but you're right. People are getting bit by dogs every day.
And I'm certainly sympathetic to anybody who gets hurt, whether
Well,
it's a
yeah,
dog or
whether
a
it's a
shark
dog or a shark.
anything.
Well, and that may be it right there. Is if people are getting bit by dogs every day, that's not news. People
Yeah.
don't get bit by a shark every day. I don't think. I don't. But
No,
when
they
People
don't.
do get bit
Yeah,
by
they
a
don't.
shark. That's
I think shark
It's an
attacks are like
unusual event.
incredibly rare.
well, and I think the sharks are not. I don't know. I'm not a sharkologist, marine biologist. George Costanza,
Sharkologist, I like that.
sharkologist, but
Not a certified sharkologist.
not just play one on TV. But I think that they have no inclination to bite people.
That's my understanding is
Is-
that they don't tend to bite people unless they mistake them for their food.
Yeah.
So apparently the worst thing you can do is like swim away from a shark really fast.
Yeah.
Apparently you're supposed to like face it,
And punch it in the nose.
and punch it in the nose. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm probably going to run away from a shark if I see one.
Well, I avoid lakes and oceans for the most part.
It's a good bet.
Private swimming pools, I'm a big fan of. Not
There you
if I'm
go.
gonna get, that or my bathtub, probably about it. As
why
far
you-
as-
I don't know. You get a shark in your bathtub.
well, now we kayak though, so we're on
like
the water.
one of them freshwater lake sharks.
Yeah, freshwater lake sharks.
That's why you enjoy the creeks and rivers of the Ozarks.
That's right.
Yeah, because there's no sharks.
There's no sharks.
There's just snakes.
There is cottonmouths.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about
We're not going to talk
those.
about cottonmouths,
we not?
but they exist.
Okay, they sure do.
There's,
Not on air.
there's a few less that exist.
Don't know how that happened.
Very
Have
good.
no idea.
Very good. Very bien.
Oh,
good.
goodness.
Yeah, we did kayak for Keaton's event.
Oh, did you guys help with the? Did
Con-
anybody have to get
The
rescued, or was
concrete
everybody
kids.
okay?
I there was a little boy. I had to throw him a floaty.
Aw.
Yep.
Floaty
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Well, good for you.
Actually, I handed him the floaty. I've got.
Was he like, I need a floaty, or did you assess and decide he
was
needed a
ki-
float?
What he kind of did is he kind of like swam over to me and was like, eh. I'm like, okay, here you go.
Meep.
That's kind of what it was. And then it was funny. He was this is actually the practice round. It wasn't the real race. And then he rested up and he was like, okay, I'm going again. And
Okay.
we're like, no. If you have to rest, you go to the shore. You don't get
like you're done.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
done. You're done. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not sending you back out there. So.
So, well, explain what you were doing. Maybe not everybody understands.
Oh, so Concrete Man is what this is called, and,
Yeah.
and we were doing the kids division, which was
Yeah.
on Friday night. It's a triathlon. You swim, you bike, and then you run.
Swim, bike, run.
Swim,
Yeah.
bike, run. And so during the swimming portion, adult, whatever, you've got some swimmers in the water,
Mm-hmm.
lifeguard type people, and then you've got a bunch of kayakers around, kind of spotting people that maybe are struggling.
Yes.
In the swimming piece of that,
Which is good, right?
Yeah,
You don't want
yeah.
anybody drowning.
and we may or may not have some flotation assist device
Yeah.
to hand them, or we may just be like, "Hey, Fred, he's doesn't look good over there."
We got a floater. Go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hardest part, I'd never done that before, but the hardest part for me was, there's the kids that are swimming, there's the kids that are swimming, which is all great, all great. But then you got the ones that are like doing the breaststroke.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
when you do the breaststroke, you go under the water.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching
Whoop.
these swimmers going under the water. Okay. And waiting for them to come back
Oh,
up.
that would make me nervous.
Yeah. Have you guys ever lifeguard? I've never been a lifeguard.
I've never been a lifeguard, no.
I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
No, I've never
I almost
lifeguarded.
did it one time. I was a camp counselor for 4 years, and I almost got it so I could be the lifeguard, but I tapped out. Ended up not doing it. But it's my understanding, and this is what was really bugging me, is there's the movie version of somebody that's drowning.
Yeah.
Where they're like splashing all over.
Yeah. I'm drowning.
And apparently, what I've heard anecdotally around, maybe from lifeguard people, maybe not, is that that's not what drowning looks like.
That's what I've heard as well.
Drowning looks like.
Silence, like, and they're
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I've heard.
And so I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing out here.
That's fair.
I'm really worried about this, and I'm not going to know.
Like,
what it
I don't
looks
want to take this job very seriously because you don't want that on you, right?
Right,
It's
yeah.
like, oh my gosh,
The best lifeguard of all time, Wendy Peppercorn.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Wendy Peppercorn.
That
I love that
scene in The
movie.
Sandlot is epic. It always makes me happy.
And-
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
And
It is.
Married Squints.
If
And
you've
Married Squint. And how many kids
never
do they
watched
have?
The Sandlot, just
Oh,
watch it.
Oh, you gotta
The
watch
Sandlot.
It's the best.
Epic show.
It holds up. We
Killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls. We watch that several times a year usually. We love it. The girls love it. And did you know the day that they were specifically filming the pool scene, I've heard this through the grapevine, it was like 55 degrees. Everybody
really?
was
I heard it was cold.
freezing.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if it was 55 or not, but apparently it was frigid cold that day, and they had to film it, and everybody was freezing.
Well, you know, looking back on that and replaying the scene in my mind, you might be able to find evidence of that
Yeah.
on Squints.
Yes.
Because he's just like, you can see.
Yes.
Because that kid didn't have any body fat.
Yeah, no.
He looked like he was freezing now that I'm thinking about it.
And honestly, when Wendy Peppercorn looks back and smiles at him, you're just like, after she kicks him out, it's like, oh man, that's good stuff. That is movie magic.
It really is.
I think
Yeah.
it's Peppercorn.
Peppercorn?
Yeah.
Instead of peppercorn?
Don't know. That's I don't know for sure.
We could look it up real
follow
quick.
I think
on
you're
that.
right.
It
Or
may
our
be
legion of
peppercorn.
fans can tell us.
Look it up. The
Wendy
infamous
Peffer.
Wendy Peppercorn. Let's see here. Peppercorn.
There it is.
It is Peppercorn.
One
There
for
she
JR.
is.
Yep.
Interesting.
Now, who's the actress?
Her name is Marley Shelton as Wendy Peppercorn in The Sandlot. That's 93. I didn't really know what movie,
That was
what
a
year
good
that
year.
was.
30 years ago.
Good
I
stuff.
was
Did
a
she go on
freshman
to-
in high school.
Did she go on to greater fame or anything else?
Let's
or was
see,
that
did
the height
Wendy-
of her career?
I've seen her in other. Hey, Wendy and I share a birthday.
Well-
she's in April 12th.
There you go.
There we go. She's exactly 10 years older than me.
There you go.
There we go. Let's see. Let's sort of look at her. This is totally irrelevant. Like,
This is good stuff. We're going to land the plane here in a minute anyway. So
we will. Let's see.
Let's
Wendy
inquiring minds want to know.
movies. Let's see.
you not IMDb this stuff?
I am working on getting there. For some reason,
I have
Google
the
didn't
app.
put that in front of me. Here we go. Marley Shelton. Boy, Google's not working very well this morning.
Well, as you're looking at that, one thing about The Sandlot,
She's in Scream.
it's a lot like, I mean, real Little League these days is has a lot of similarities, and it's
Yeah.
I've been coaching a little bit of Little League, and it's an absolute blast. I'm don't have a lot of baseball experience past Texas County All Stars age 12, but it's an absolute blast coaching 7 and 8 year olds and
it's
introducing them to the game of baseball, and it's just a lot of fun.
I'm not sure she did
So-
anything really significant.
I don't
after
think
that.
she did.
No,
She was
I
in
know
the
a
movie
ton of
Scream, but I don't
stuff.
think
She's
she
got
did.
something that came out in this year. Tracker TV series. She's in one episode.
You need to invite her to the waffle.
Well,
Wendy
yeah, we do need to-
Peppercorn, if you're or Marley, if you're
Marley.
out there, just come be a guest. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we've got a couple empty slots coming up next month.
We
So
can talk about Axe
we can
body
s-
spray
we can
and
squeeze you in.
Plus and
squeeze you
your
in.
role
Have your
as
people call our people.
one of the best female pool characters of all time.
I could have my son Nolan play Squints.
Gonna shot by shot.
That totally
remake
be something
of,
he would do.
Yeah, it totally is. Yes, absolutely.
well.
Well, and now you probably can't even make a movie with that scene in it because they'd call out, some sort of anti
Something getting-
whatever.
There's something
There's
terrible
something
about
you can't make it.
Something,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't make the scene anymore. So,
Only if the lifeguard was transgender, then it would all be okay.
but we all still like The Sandlot. We're going to continue to watch it
are.
because it's
We're gonna
amazing.
watch that.
So, okay, well,
Speaking of watching things, you can watch us again next week, right here on the Morning Waffle.
Thanks for
gonna
having me around, crew.
thanks for
Thanks,
being a guest
JR.
for a couple days. It's fun.
I'm gonna go be productive.
There you
You do
go.
that. We'll
This
see
is
you-
productive.
We'll see you next week.
That was a friendly dig.